Akshita, please make me the host now. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
We'll want to do an exercise, hand exercise. Shall we do that? Show me thumbs up if you want to do that. Okay. The exercise is very simple. On one hand, you'll just open one finger. In your other hand, you'll open 5. What you have to do is, you have to open it one by one. This way. And let me check how many of you can do that. Here, the balance of mind need to be there to send the signals when you have to open complete hand and when you have to open one finger. The thumb should also not get open. Come on, everyone do this. How many of you are able to do that? How many of you were able to do that? Okay, Khushi, you were able to do that. Okay, okay. Okay, many of you were able to do that. For me, it took almost 30 minutes of practice to have that coordination between them. Otherwise, my thumb always used to get open. Nice, nice. Okay, it was just a warm-up thing for all of you. Yeah, so back. I can do. Okay. So welcome to today's session of interview skills, and today we are going to talk about something which is really very important, which is going to give your first impression, which is going to move you to the next level of interview, which is going to create a good and a positive impact on your resume, on you from the interviewer side. And what is that? That is one common question which every interviewer is going to ask you, no matter for which post you are going for the interview. You are going as a fresher, you are going as an experience holder of 5 years, you are going as an experience holder of 20 years, 25 years, no matter how many years of experience you carry, but you will have to answer that one question, and your second round of interview depends on the answer you will give for that very first question. That is, who are you? Tell me something about you. You know, most of the time, people simply start with this and they end up being saying something which is not of the interest for the person. Maybe the interviewer start feeling bored, but the interviewee don't even realize, and the person keeps on speaking, and the call ends saying, we'll get back to you, and the interviewer never get back to us. And we keep on thinking, we spoke so good about us. We have given a good introduction about ourselves. Then why they didn't call me? The introduction should be short, sweet, and it should be summed up within 1 or maximum 2 minutes. But in that duration also, if you feel that the interviewer is somewhere getting distracted, getting bored, that means it is the indication for you to stop your answer right there, wind it up, say thank you, that's all for about me, and end it there. If the interviewer is getting distracted, that means somewhere, at some point, the introduction is not gathering the attention of the interviewer. You need to work on your interview. You need to work on that answer again, or you need to make it cut short. Maybe it is very long, and so the interviewer is getting distracted, getting bored, and he's not willing to listen. Maybe it is not related to the context. There are many reasons, many reasons due to which the interviewer start losing the interest in your answer. So let me give you let me show you some of the basic things which we should keep in mind. Yes, Ankana, you want to say something? If no, okay. Yes. Tell me about you. The most common question which all of us come across whenever we are going for the interview, whenever we are preparing for the interview, but we never pay attention to prepare this. Yes, Ankana, please say you have raised your hand. Okay, we never pay attention. How many of you, if you get a call today, what you are going to prepare? Are you going to go with your theoretical knowledge, or you are going to prepare about your introduction? No, ma'am. Okay.
Prepare about introduction.
Introduction.
Okay, you'll prepare about your introduction. Very easy to say, but let me tell you very honestly, the pressure of clearing the technical round, the pressure of clearing the intelligence round, the pressure of clearing the knowledge round is so high that we forget to prepare about this, because on this we think we know ourselves, we will tell anything, we will tell. We don't bother to collect the information, to prepare an outline of what we are going to speak. And here I'm not telling you to memorize that thing, because memorization is again going to land you into trouble. You know what will happen? For example, I have memorized this. The interviewer won't jump to a level difficult. They are experienced enough to handle all types of interview. I have memorized. Okay, I'm not getting what is the next word after interviews. So the first question is normally to make the person comfortable. So that thing happens when you are memorizing something. Even if you forget a small word that is just in, at, on, so, you will stop, your sentence will break, and at times you'll say, thank you, that's all for me. That's all about me. Because now you're not getting the words. So never memorize your introduction, but yes, be ready with the brief outline of what all things you are going to say. And now today I'm going to tell you what all things should be there in your introduction. So let's start with this. Now the interviewer won't jump to level difficult. He is not going to say hello. Yes, Pratiksha. So my first question for you is, tell me something about, if you are going for HR interview, tell me something about payroll. He's not going to do that. Would like to know you first. Now here you'll be thinking, ma'am, why you want to know us first when they are already having a resume and we have written everything clearly in the resume? No. Here somewhere he is checking whatever you have written in the resume. Do you have the same knowledge in your mind also? And don't read your resume, okay? Whatever you have written, your introduction need to be a bit different, related to that, but different from that. The words can be different, but it should not be exactly line to line, whatever you have written in the resume, because that he has already read. You don't want to listen that. He is good in reading and understanding. Okay. Okay. So the interviewer won't jump to level difficult. They are experienced enough to handle all type of interviews. So the first question is normally to make the person comfortable. That doesn't mean that the answer isn't considered. There are two reasons why he is going to ask us this question, that tell me about yourself. First reason is this is something related to us personally. And when something related to us personally is being asked, then we know that we are the best person to explain that. And just for example, the one who's fond of cooking, if someone just comes and asks about a dish, he'll have everything to say. Do this, do this, do this. He won't even stop. He won't hesitate in speaking. He'll be very comfortable because he knows that thing. But for a person who has never entered the kitchen, or the person who is not passionate about that, but just want to enter into that field, just want to start learning cooking, for that person, it is going to be a difficult question. So that's why interviewer always starts with this question, which is comfortable and easy for all the candidates, no matter in which stream, in which field, in which position they are going. Do you think a person having 20 years of experience won't feel nervous? He also feels nervous. He or she will be nervous after going to interview for almost 30 to 40 times. Even if it's their 41 time, they're going to be nervous. So the interviewer just wants you to be comfortable, and that's why he is asking you this question. But that doesn't mean the answer is going to be in vain. The answer is considered, and on that basis, the further questions are being asked, the further interview is going to be scheduled. What are they really asking? Now, just understand what exactly they want you to tell. After all, you have known yourself for many years. However, if you go into this without any preparation, then all those years won't count for much. By asking this question, the interviewer usually intends to know things beyond your resume. Okay, I'm confident, I'm intelligent, I have leadership skills, I am looking to work into the challenging environment, I am future oriented, I am goal oriented. All these things are there in your resume. You don't need to repeat that. In resume, we have limitation of words, limitation of space, and in that space, we have to write the entire thing. So by asking this question, he is giving you another opportunity to come up with a group of sentences to explain about you, to sell yourself. So he is looking for something, a summary of all your past years, but not your life history. Next. Prepare well for this question and answer smartly. It would be better if you give a quick but well-defined summary of your background. You need to be quick but defined. You should have proper and a good content to speak. Some clues to answer smartly are: talk about your professional self precisely. It should be precise. It should not be in depth. I did this, then this, then this, then this. No, just the end result. Don't go into your whole life story. Please, no one is interested in listening to your whole life story. They are not your friends, not your family, and no one who is very close to you. They simply want to know some good things which will be beneficial for your career, for their organization. Talk about your achievement and strength. Yes, definitely you should talk about your achievements and strength. Now, achievement doesn't say that I have cleared a company's chartered accountant saying, not the chartered accountant, the person who's going for chartered accountant saying, I have cleared my, what's that first exam?
Foundation, CA foundation.
Oh, foundation is gone. Now we don't have foundation.
Executive.
No, that isn't CS. CPT.
Ma'am, CPT is gone, ma'am. CA Foundation is
Again,
existing.
foundation is, wait,
Ma'am, first it was CPT, ma'am.
first
Now
it was foundation, then we came back to then we came to CPT. Again, it's foundation. I'm not
Yes.
in touch with last 2 years, from last years. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is the foundation
If-
course is existing.
Okay, if it's foundation and the CS, you're saying achievement as I have cleared my foundation. Is it really your achievement?
no, ma'am.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Please, you need to understand the difference between what are actually considered as achievements. So have that thing in your hand, and nowadays when it is telephonic, interviews are going online, you can keep that thing in front of you if you forget. So that should be actually achievements, not whatever you have done. If you are going to say that I have cleared the foundation, CA foundation, then somewhere you're telling your life story and he's not interested in knowing that. Indulge in specific, but don't narrate your resume. As I told you, this question is another chance for you to come up with some more things about you, some more briefing about you, rather than reading out your resume to that person. He has already gone through your resume. Now, 4 essential tips. These tips are really very important. Keep it professional and brief. Now, when I talk about keep it professional and brief, it means try to keep it under 1 or 2 minutes, minimum of 1 minute, maximum of 2 minutes. They don't care about which kindergarten you went to, how was your first internship went, or what you studied in high school. They are least bothered about all those things. If you have achieved something in that time, if you have some achievement, come up with that. But don't tell me that I have studied in St. Patrick's, I have gone to this college, I have then for MBA, I selected this college. No, that is there in your resume. So don't go with that thing. Stick to main selling points that are relevant for the job. Always go through the job description. Ask them what job description, what job they are going to offer, for what position they are hiring us. And as per that, come up with your points. Okay, come up with your answer. At times, you might have to change 1 or 2 lines in your introduction as per the job description. If you feel interviewer is getting bored, he is not interested in listening to you, you should take that as a sign that it might be time for you to wrap up and stop right there. Use your last line, say thank you. That's all about me. Okay. Don't continue saying that, no, I have made a content of 3 minutes. No matter the interviewer is getting bored or not, I'm going to speak that thing. When we are a small child and when we used to recite the poems, even if teacher used to say stop, 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 we used to continue, right? Don't do that thing when you are going for the interview. Second, practical, but don't practice, but don't memorize. As I told you, you don't need to learn that by heart what you're going to speak. But yes, you should always go with some mock interview with your friend, with your family, or if no one is there, if you don't have anyone around you, or if you don't want to practice mock interview with them, just stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. We have phones, record your video, listen to that where you are doing the mistake. Are your pronunciation clear? Are your sentence formation clear? Is the vocabulary good? The way of expressing, the way of presenting is good or not? Analyze that, and in the area of improvement, just improve yourself. At this point of time, when you are memorizing and going, the interviewer will get to know that you have memorized it. Because when we are speaking something by heart, it comes in a different flow rather than when we are speaking something which we have learned. When I was in the school, I remember I once gave Independence Day speech, and that I just learned it. So now when I was speaking, I was so conscious that what next line I have to speak that should be there in my mind as soon as I finish my first line. So the expressions, the enjoyment, the energy, everything was not there because everything was just searching for the next line. But when I'm speaking myself, when I'm not having anything written in my hand, when I'm not reading that, when I have not learned about this, I'm free to use my words. I'm free to express myself without giving unnecessary pauses, without stopping suddenly in between, because the memorizing part is not there for me. Do a quick mock interview, but don't memorize it, because if you forget anything in between, you might mess up everything. Your entire answer will mess up, and you might end up your introduction in just 1 minute saying thank you, because you have actually forgotten what you have to say next. Third point, know your audience. Why knowing your audience is very important? Now here audience means who is taking your interview. Is it a HR, CEO, CTO, manager, your business head, your hiring manager? Who is taking your interview?
HR.
HR. Jyoti, anyone can come up with the interview part. Any person can take your interview. Okay. In a very small organization, there may be just the manager who's coming up with the interview process. In big organization, definitely yes, we start with the HR. But in other small organization, there might be no HR. So if you are this question has been asked by an HR to a technical person, what answer you are going to give? Why I'm saying knowing your audience, knowing the person who's taking your interview is very important. Why that thing is important? Come on, come up with the answer. Come on, come up with the answer.
Can you repeat, ma'am?
I'm saying why knowing your audience, why knowing the person, the profession of the person who is going to take your interview is important. Like, is it the HR, your hiring manager, your business manager, your CTO, your CEO, your CMO? Why you need to know that?
If we get to know what they expect, that there is a high chance of getting work or job.
Initial greeting is also important, ma'am. To greet the person.
What level of answer?
Greeting part we are going to do with everyone. Khushi Sayeda, no, it's not related to both of your answers. Anyone else?
Ma'am, if we know the field, then we can come up a prediction. We can predict the question before they ask. We can prepare for that.
Okay, Amit, the question is same. The question is, tell me something about you. It is same. There's no change in the question. But the person who is asking may change. Okay, let me give you the example. The new HR is taking my interview. I went for the interview and I'm from a technical field. I'm a software engineer. And HR is taking my interview. HR just asked, hi, tell me something about you. Hi, my name is Sakshi and I am a software engineer. Now, what I did after saying this, I started that I know coding. I just love coding. I have done assembling. I know Java. I have done this thing in Java. I have been working in all those fields in C++. And my HR is simply rubbing the head. I'm HR. Come on, I don't know anything about this Java, this assembly. And this person, when she knows that I am the HR, I'm not from technical field, why she's coming up with this specific field answer? I'm not here to judge the capability she is having. That the other person is going to answer. So in this situation, HR don't want you to tell about these specific knowledge because he's the HR. He don't know about the technical terms. So he just expects a generic answer about you and your career goals. If this question would have been by your manager who is from the same field, who is again a software engineer, for that person, this answer was absolutely 100% right. That I love coding, I know assembling, I know Java, because these terms are being are familiar with that manager. But with me as an HR, I don't know these terms. So here, when I'm talking to HR, I need to come up with a generic answer about me and about my career. Definitely, I can tell the person that I am a career oriented person. I am looking forward to be the manager. That I can definitely say if I'm having almost 7 and 8 years of experience. That will work. The HR is going to understand those terms. But technical terms, HR is not going to understand. Your complete answer is vain. And here, what HR will say when the person don't know to which person what he should talk, how is going to be a good resource for the organization. The HR, for HR, it's just a parrot. You are a parrot who have been told to recite this thing, and you're simply going without seeing who is listening to you. You're simply speaking and coming back. Don't be that. Try to know what person you are talking to and then come up with your answer. And HR is always looking for generic answer, not the field related answer. If you want, if he or she would like to have field related answer, they're simply going to ask you about the details of that field. If you can know the person, his experience, it will be easy for us to answer. Yes, it means I should change my content of self introduction to HR or manager. No, Ankana, you're not going to change everything. As I told you, the introduction is of 1 or 2 minutes. So in that 1 or 2 minutes, maybe you have added 2 lines where you are going into the detailed knowledge of your field. Just exclude that part. You don't need to change everything. Your name, your qualification, your achievement, your strength, all these are going to be same. Your career goal, it is also going to be same. Only that specific part you need to remove, knowing who is taking your interview. Okay. And yes, Pratiksha, it becomes easy for us to answer the question if we know the person. But the main reason why we should know the person is to come up with the answer which the other person can understand. Yes, the last point. Remember WAP, that is work, academic, personal. Your introduction should be 80% of your work, 10 to 15% of your academics, and 5 to 10% related to your personal self. Okay, that is the right division of the sentences, even of the time which you should make when you are preparing your answer for tell me something about you. Who are you? You know, you don't have to come up with that answer. Oh, I am Raj. Naam to suna yoga. Yes? No one has listened your name. No one knows you. Okay. You have to build you. You are entering the organization to build your image. And when you leave image in that organization, you are going to next organization. That organization don't know who you are. You'll have to again tell that person who you are. Okay. Some of the incorrect answer, I'll just show you one sample answer, how people answer it incorrectly. That is, well, the starting is, well, I have been been interested in tech, no technology, okay, tech, but it all probably started when I was a kid, and at the age of 9, I first got my computer. I always loved playing around with code and learning new things. But it wasn't until that high school where I first had my first class about it that really made me fall in love with the subject. Since then, I started learning more about it and decided to major in IT at University X, where I learned how to work on it. Lovely interview, lovely answer, right? The interviewer was waiting to check at the age of 9 what you were doing when you were a small kid, what you were doing. Why you decided to enter into this college? Tell me. I want to know why you decided for this. How you fell in love with that subject. Tell me the age when you just thought of entering into IT. Yes, the interview is having lot of time. He just want to know all these things. Really? Really, the interview is looking for this kind of answer.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Even if I'm going to give you this kind of answer, you all are going to say, ma'am, come on. We are not interested in your what you did as an infant, what you did as a child, what you did as a teenager. We are not interested. If you have something good to tell us about you, please come up with that answer, or else it's enough for us to know your name. That what it will happen if we are going to say this kind of rubbish. Seeing this type of introduction we used to give when we were in 4th, 5th, 6th. Yes, even 10th class student is not going to come up with this answer. So make sure you're not repeating these kind of mistakes when you are coming up with the answer. The correct answer can be, I am a CSE graduate with internship experience in tech support and a passion for a career in this role. I come to the industry with my skills in JavaScript, SQL, and wish to learn how to utilize these alongside my soft skill so that I can build my career path in the field. He told from where he graduated, he's having an internship experience, his skills, technical skills, he told. Along with that, he told that he's having some soft skills and he wants to build a career in this field. Short and sweet. One more sample which I have. Myself, Desh. I belong from City of Lakes. Now I'm just introducing. I am very proud that I belong from Udaipur. So I just want to highlight my city. So I'm just saying that yes, I belong from City of Lakes. The one who is not on mute, please mute yourself. Yes. So I'm very proud about my city. So what I have told is how I have introduced my city is I've simply told that I belong from City of Lakes, that is Udaipur. When I'll say I belong from City of Lakes, and if I take a pause, the eagerness will be there in that person. If you don't know about the city, the eagerness will be there. Which is that city? And if he knows about that city, wow, she belongs from such a lovely city. If he likes that city, okay, that is the personal thing, whether he's going to say wow or no. But yes, the excitement, the eagerness will generate. I'm pursuing my undergraduate in information technology from CSI Institute of Technology. I did my intermediate from state board with 72% and high school from state board with 75%. This line, you are not going to use this line once you are no more a fresher. As a fresher, you can use this line because you won't have any experience to share. So you are using your academic part. My hobby is playing shuttle, a passion for music and teaching kids. My strength is to take initiative to work independently, good leadership skill, adaptable to any kind of situation, in a strange group and helping tendency. Now see, there are so many points. You don't have to tell all the points. These are some of the sample lines which you can use for your introduction. My weakness is I'm not comfortable until I finish my work in the given time and over friendly in nature. So by saying this, by telling this as a weakness, he's simply making it a strength for the interviewer that yes, this person is never going to leave the work in between because he don't like leaving that. So this person has played very smartly in introducing himself. He has used his strength as a weakness, but just playing with the words that I don't feel comfortable if I don't finish up the task. Though it could have been his strength, saying that my strength is I never leave any task in between. No, he has just played with the word and he has used the word as weakness for this. So that he's not giving the interviewer a chance to come up with the question, oh, you talked about your strength. Come on, tell me about your weakness. You already gave the answer of weakness. My short-term goal is to get the job in reputed company. My long-term goal is to become more responsible, knowledgeable personality and on respectable position on the company. A short example of what all you can say. Do you have a question running in your mind? Like whenever someone used to ask me, tell me about your weakness, or you should tell about your weakness when the interviewer is asking you the question. I always used to have the question, come on, I don't share my weakness with my friends, families. Why I'm going to share the weakness with them? Should we share our weakness with them?
No.
No.
No,
But
ma'am.
your interviewer is asking you, tell me something, tell me your weakness. Now, in that situation, what you are going to do? You're going to lie? You're going to say, I don't have any weakness. If you're saying that, you are caught red-handed. No one in this world is a person who's having no weakness.
It can be told, ma'am, but in a positive way.
In a positive way. Okay, one method is that it can be told in a positive way. Okay.
Or we will try to say something which is not relevant with the job. Something which my weakness won't affect the job if I get the job.
Okay, second, right. You can go ahead. Yes, yes.
Indirectly, we can say our strengths.
Indirect. Yes, perfect thing, perfect thing. You know what, Sayada, you and Sushmita told? I applied that thing in my initial interviews when I just started building my career. I did that thing. And you know what I realized? The interviewer sorry, I just got disconnected. Yes, where I was. Yeah. So when I did in my initial interviews, I realized the interviewers are so smart that in words, no, they were able to find out my actual weakness. So then
Sorry
after
for
appearing,
interrupting, ma'am. Your voice seems breaking up.
okay, yeah. Now is it proper?
Yeah, good.
Okay, so they were so smart, no, they used to figure it out and they used to make me tell my weakness, playing with the words, asking the questions again and again. So then after going with 2-3 interviews, I realized that I have to play smartly with this question about the weakness. And then I did some research work and then I realized that the best answer to be given for this is come up with your, not your core strength, but come up with your strength and present that as your weakness, the area which are in developing stage, the strength which are not completely developed, but they are still in the developing stage. Tell them as your area of weakness. And this is going to help you a lot because even if in case they are going to take advantage. Okay, now audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, so even if in case they are going to take the advantage of that weakness, no, still you are not going to suffer because that exactly is not your actual weakness. That is the strength which you cannot say that is my core strength, but yes, it is my strength. So always play smartly with these kind of smart questions. I'm not telling you to speak something which is not related to you. I'm not telling you to come up with some weakness which actually doesn't exist. But yes, you can play smartly by telling your strength in the developing stage to be your weakness. You need to play smartly in these type of questions. I hope if after today's session, if I'm going to tell you to come up with your short
Excuse me,
introduction
ma'am.
in the yes.
Could you like to give any examples like?
Okay. In my profession, as I'm a
Ma'am?
trainer, whenever
Ma'am, your
I'm being
voice is breaking.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
one question which a person asks is my weakness. The fear of coming in front of the camera. Connection, the rains here on. Okay. Is it okay now? If I hold the mic close.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay now?
It's good,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So if I talk about my weakness, my actual weakness are many. So now in this situation, I always used to tell them that I cannot take sessions for a large gathering and for I cannot take a session where I have group of students from different backgrounds. That is my major weakness. Now, why I'm telling this is my weakness, though I can take the session, but I don't feel that confident when I'm taking the section or sessions of group of students coming from different backgrounds, because the way they are going to ask the questions, there is going to be a lot of difference. So I always avoid going with these kind of session. I always prefer short session, one-to-one session. Like I don't want to go with the recorded session. That is again my weakness. I cannot teach when I cannot see someone in front of me, because these two things are in developing stage. I am trying to learn these things, so they are neither my weakness nor my strength, but in between they are there. So this is how you have to play smartly with your answer. In one of the correct answer, I just gave you example where the person told that his weakness is he cannot stay calm if he has not finished the work. Now that is not the weakness, that is the strength, right? Today, if I am going to ask you the question, and if you are a person who always finishes off your task on time, no matter if you have some problem in your life or whatever situation you come across, but your focus will be to complete your task on time. That is what you are going to say, that my strength is I am very punctual. But that person used this punctuality as a source of weakness, isn't it? Just playing with the words. So you need to play
Yes, that is
smartly
a very
with your
good
strength.
thing.
You need to play very smartly with your words. Tarun Roy, I think you got your answer.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay. So students, in the next class, you are going to come up with the answer who you are, not the names. Right? That is
Okay,
again
ma'am.
going to be a practical
Yeah,
session.
ma'am.
And
Sure.
I want each one of you to come up with your introduction. Okay?
Okay,
I
ma'am.
want
Okay,
all
ma'am.
of you to be prepared with that. Okay, so we are done with the class. Bye-bye. See you in the next class.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank
Thanks
Bye,
for
ma'am.
participating.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. You too take care.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Take care. Welcome.